The rift between worker and employer is as American as apple pie. Since the dawn of the Industrial Revolution, the United States has been dealing with labor unions and workers' rights. Because of the nature of professional sports, there is nothing more quintessential of this issue than the relationship between athletes and owners. Through this documentary, I will investigate how the media perpetuates a narrative that is counterintuitive to players' independence and disables their ability to bargain for their worth. I will start close to home with the St. Louis Post-Dispatch's coverage of the 1994-95 Major League Baseball strike. A city that prides itself on its ability to consistently win while being in a small market sure seemed like a community more concerned with revenue than player satisfaction. The article goes on to talk about a Miller Lite commercial mocking players as whiny and bratty. The second article practices a technique that sports organizations and the media are far too familiar with when it comes to these holdouts, pinning the fans against the players. The article reads, "I don't think players have the right to call themselves professionals if they do this. A professional doesn't strike when they're supposed to be taking care of people, as they are supposed to be with the fans." To bring this topic into relevancy, I will be talking about Le'Veon Bell. Le'Veon Bell is the most controversial name in football and a generational talent. Bell received the franchise tag for the second straight year approaching this season. For those of you that don't know, the franchise tag is a designation a team may apply to a player scheduled to become an unrestricted free agent. The tag binds the player to the team for the year. The tag is usually reserved for players of great skill. A franchise tag allows the team's general manager the privilege of strategically retaining a valuable player while seeking cheaper talent through the NFL draft. In unprecedented form, Le'Veon Bell did this.
For those of you who don't know, he recently turned down a 5-year, $70 million deal. The guaranteed money wasn't to his satisfaction. Combine that with the fact that the Steelers had franchise tagged him last year at about $12.2 million, and he's scheduled to make over $14 this year because they had the right to franchise him for a second consecutive year. Le'Veon Bell has not reported yet.
This last Tuesday, Le'Veon Bell missed the last date to possibly report to the Steelers and forfeited $14 million because he believed that he was worth more than what he was being forced to accept.
You Le'Veon Bell, you're trying to get paid. And what you're not trying to do is go back in there and put your body through that wear and tear. Placing yourself in a position where they're able to look at you, deduce that you may have lost a step, or attrition may have kicked in, or you're simply not what you used to be. And that way they have the license to lowball and ostracize you and keep you from what you have rightfully and dutifully earned.
As supportive and as promising as Stephen A. Smith's words were, they're not in the majority. In fact, most sports pundits sounded more like this.
So see you later, Le'Veon Bell.
Yeah, I think Le'Veon Bell messed with the wrong organization.